It started as a harmless joke. 3 social media pranksters, eager for clicks and clout, thought they could outsmart the legendary discipline of the Royal Guards. They laughed, they mocked, and then they crossed the line. But no one, not even the bystanders capturing it all on their phones, expected what happened next. The moment the guard's face changed, the entire square froze. A single command rang out, powerful enough to send shockwaves through the stunned crowd. And in the next instant, one of the pranksters crumbled into a sobbing mess, begging for it all to stop. Before we dive in, where are you watching from? Let us know in the comments below. And if you love moments of respect and discipline, smash that like button and subscribe for more incredible stories. The morning air over Buckingham Palace carried the crisp chill of late winter, the golden sunlight glinting off polished brass buttons and towering ceremonial hats. The guards, motionless as statues, stood with unwavering discipline, their presence commanding a silent form of respect. Except, of course, from 3 teenage boys who had no intention of showing any. Nathan, Jaden, and Ryan strutted into the square like they owned it, their oversized hoodies and baggy jeans making them look like extras from a failed rap music video. Their faces glowed with mischief, eyes darting between their phone screens and the towering figure of the guard standing before them. "Bro, look at this dude," Nathan snickered, flipping his camera to selfie mode. "Bet he won't even blink. What do you say, boys? Think we can make this man laugh?" Jaden pulled out his vape, blowing a thick strawberry-scented cloud toward the guard. "Let's find out." The crowd was already watching, some amused, others shifting uncomfortably. An elderly couple exchanged knowing glances, stepping back as if they had seen this kind of disaster unfold before. Nathan, the self-proclaimed leader, circled the guard like a predator. "Oi, mate, you in there? Blink twice if you can hear me." His voice was dripping with mockery. Jaden, emboldened by the chuckles of a few passing tourists, leaned in closer. "Man, these guys really think they're something special, huh? Standing still all day, like a living mannequin." Ryan, who had been quiet so far, finally found his voice. "Bet you they glue that hat to his head every morning. No way it's staying on otherwise." More laughs, more phones, more cameras pointed at the scene. But something had shifted in the atmosphere. The laughter was growing thinner, less sure. Parents whispered warnings to their children. A few onlookers started to step back, sensing something the pranksters were too blind to see. The guard remained motionless, his discipline unshaken. But his jaw had tightened. His gloved fingers twitched, an almost imperceptible motion, but those paying attention noticed. The storm was coming. Encouraged by their audience, Nathan decided it was time to take things further. He stepped right up to the guard, so close he could see his own reflection in the brass buttons. "Bet he's ticklish," he announced to the crowd with a wicked grin. The square collectively held its breath. The veteran who had been watching from the sidelines tensed, his knuckles whitening around his cane. Nathan reached out, wiggling his fingers toward the guard's ribs. The first contact was subtle, just a quick poke. The second, more deliberate. The third, a mistake. The guard snaps, the crowd gasps. What happened next unfolded in a flash. The guard moved, not a twitch, not a flinch. A full, deliberate movement. His head snapped toward Nathan with military precision, his eyes blazing with an intensity that made the teenager stumble back before he even realized what was happening. "Step back!" The command cracked through the air like a whip. Birds took flight. A baby, sensing the shift in the atmosphere, started wailing. Nathan's face lost all color. Ryan, who had been smirking just seconds ago, swallowed so hard his Adam's apple visibly bobbed. Jaden, who had just raised his vape to his lips, dropped it. The veteran in the crowd nodded approvingly, muttering, "That's how it's done." But the moment wasn't over. the guard wasn't done. The final blow and the humiliation is complete. You dare mock the king's guard? You disgrace yourselves and your country. The guard's voice boomed across the square, filled with the authority of generations of military discipline. Nathan took a step back, hands raised. I was just... 3 seconds! Move! Jaden turned and ran. Ryan tripped over his own feet, sprawling onto the cobblestones as laughter erupted, not at the guard, but at them. Nathan, the fearless leader, the TikTok warrior, the self-proclaimed prank king, did something no one could have expected. He started crying. "Mommy!" he shrieked, eyes wide in sheer terror. The crowd roared. An old woman wiped a tear from her eye, shaking her head. "That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen." Tourists who had been filming immediately started uploading, captions already being typed. Royal Guard wrecks clout chasers. Disrespect meets discipline, and discipline wins. The TikTok boys who learned their lesson. The hard way. As the chaos settled, the guard calmly returned to his position, standing tall and motionless once again. The pranksters, they had disappeared, their lesson learned, their clout-chasing dreams shattered. And Buckingham Palace? It stood unchanged, a monument to tradition, discipline, and the quiet power of those who defend it. What do you think? Should the guard have acted sooner, or was his reaction perfectly timed? Let us know in the comments, and if you love moments like this, hit that subscribe button, because trust us, we've got plenty more to come.